Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's Sizzle Roger here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today, we have some new Helldiver 2 patch notes, and this is actually pretty interesting. More balancing and bugs and fixes. However, again, this is pretty interesting because it is actually going to affect the playstyle of everybody, considering that chargers are kind of like the main focus of this patch, and also including some of the rocket launchers and stuff like that. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. So this is patch 1.000.102, just released today, so make sure you update it. This is the balancing enemies. Well, let's just read the overview. Today's patch is dealing with the spawn rate of heavily armored termite creatures, or enemies, as well as the possible play against them. It also contains some fixes to the UI elements and crash fixes. I will say, huge shout out to Arrowhead and all the developers at the game studio, because I really like these patch notes. I really do enjoy reading them. It's really nice knowing that they're working super hard on this game, and it just makes me keep wanting to play it and keep supporting them. So again, just huge shout out to the devs, man. Anyway, here we go. For the balancing part, it's going to talk about enemies. The amount of heavily armored targets that spawn on higher difficulties, especially for termites, have been a big discussion point online and internally. The intent is for groups to have to bring some form of anti-tank compatibility, but not to the degree previously needed. Alright, to that end, we have reduced the spawn rate of chargers and Bile Titans on difficulties 7 and up. And in addition, we have reduced the risk of spawn spikes of chargers and Bile Titans. Thank goodness. Yes, because let me tell you, man, I play on Helldive 9 a lot with my friends, and we are in some very chaotic situations. It is no joke when I say that Joel might be up to something, the game master. There will be like 5, 6 Bile Titans at extraction, or there will just be like a swarm of chargers. It's absolutely insane. Ironically, we have more trouble with the chargers rather than the Bile Titans, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I am so happy about this change, and hopefully it's a little bit easier for everybody else to kind of progress through the difficulties and stuff like that. Also, please note that we have changed the distribution of enemy types, not reduced difficulty. Expect other enemy types to appear in greater numbers instead. Alright, so kind of a little bit of a slight buff. Hopefully we don't get too many stalkers. Again, stalkers are just also a really big problem if you're not well defended by them. But it does say that they're going to increase the numbers, so I guess that is a good trade back. It's not going to be too easy, but again, overall, I love it. We are humbled by the community's ability to find things like chargers, leg meta in our game. However, spending your heavy anti-tank weapons on legs instead of the obvious weak point seems counter to expectation. Yes, if you guys don't know the strategy, you can basically just blow apart their leg armor, and then you can just fill it up with lead. You can literally just spray on the leg, and it will be dead. I think like one clip of the submachine gun pistol automatically kind of just like one-shots it, in a sense. Like, if you just put a whole mag in there, the charger will just die. So yeah, that was kind of, I guess, sort of the meta. At least that was what I was doing, but they're kind of saying that it's kind of like counter to the expectation, right? But this is what they're going to do. So we are not changing anything regarding the charger's legs, which is awesome. We are, however, lowering the health of the charger's head. Thank you. thank you. It should now be at a point where a well-placed shot from a reconcile rifle or an EAT, which I absolutely love the EAT, instantly kills a charger. Now, I've actually done this before, at least sometime, but it is so rare because the chargers have so much health and armor. But now they're saying that you have the potential chance to just insta-kill a charger now with a well-placed shot. Kind of similar with the Bile Titan. So this is awesome. This is awesome. However, I do have a fear that in the future they will kind of nerf the EAT because, you know how it is in PvE games. But no, I think this is perfect. This is a great. I think this really does make up for a bunch of the stuff like last previous one. They basically nerfed like the damage of the guns and kind of like messed around, and a lot of people weren't happy about that. But honestly though, I like this so far. I like this. And that gun nerf didn't really like mess around with me. I wasn't really bothered by it at all, honestly. And then together with the unfortunately undocumented change of the last patch that increased the armor penetration ability of less well-placed shots for the EAT and reconcile rifle shots, chargers should now be easier to handle by well-equipped groups. Thank you. I like that. That's pretty cool. All right. So there you have it. That's basically the balancing part. Now we're going to get into the gameplay part. Electronic countermeasures, the operation modifier, which had a chance of giving you a random stratagem instead of the one you input, has been removed in order to be reworked and will be reintroduced in a future iteration. We found that this modifier wasn't communicated clearly enough and overall caused more frustration than excitement with the way it was currently implemented. This change was made in the 1.1.00, but was unintentionally omitted from the patch notes. Interesting. All right. So again, make sure to keep an eye out for that because that operation modifier will be gone, and they're just gonna like reintroduce it at a later date. Fixes. They fixed the missing text on several HUD and UI elements. They fixed several subtitle and voice-over mismatches in the news videos. Fixed various crashes that occurred mid-gameplay and when deploying to missions. Awesome. And then these are the known issues that they are known. Game crashes when attempting to use a stim while inside an exosuit. Oh wow, that never happened to me. Pink artifacts may appear in the sky when setting off large explosions. Now that I do know, that does happen, like the screen will tear a little bit. Automaton dropship seemingly disappear and slides in after being shot down. I do see that. Shots from arc-based weapons may not count towards kills in post-mission stats. There's actually a lot of things that don't really like add on to your post-mission stats, like your turrets and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of things that don't contribute to your actual amount of like kills you got, at least from my understanding. Players cannot unfriend other players befriended via friend code. Cross-platform friend invites might not show up in the friend request tab. Players, I know that is true. I do notice I've sent a lot of friend requests and nobody ever accepts it. So yes, that part is true. Players may be unable to select the loadout or return to ship when joining a multiplayer game session via the PS5 activity card. The exosuit can destroy itself with rockets if it fires while turning. Yes, that has happened to me and my friends a lot. The exosuit is definitely a big hot topic. I think it needs a little bit of buffing the armor. You know, it's a very fragile thing, but have destroyed myself plenty of times with it. The text chat box display is obstructed by the cinematic letterboxing during extraction. Some people are unable to accept friend requests. This is mostly an issue cross-platform. So, there you go. Have fun with the update. And then we actually have a new major order that is up. Activate the turbine control system Helldivers. So, have fun with that. I'm pretty happy. This is This is awesome. Pretty awesome patch notes. Definitely it will be easier taking down the Chargers and Bile Titans. Mainly the Chargers were the biggest of my concerns. So, yeah, hopefully everybody else has fun with that. Hopefully you have fun with the patch notes. And then I'll come back to you guys whenever the next patch notes comes in. But, yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'll go play some Helldivers too. And until then, peace out.